Hello, girls. Today we are going to discuss our next topic from the chapter World Population, and our today's topic is population growth. We have already discussed about the population growth in the from the book of the India People and Economy. What is the meaning of the term population growth? Population growth means it is the changes of population in a particular area between 2 points of time. It is known as growth of population. For example, suppose in case of the India in 2001, the total population was 102 crore, and in 2011 the total population was 121 crore. Then this 18 crore is the growth of the population. The growth of the population can be, or the change can be, positive or the negative. It may be presented by the absolute number or in form of the percentage. Now this change of the population, what is the main thing about this change of the population? Due to the change of the population, it is a indicator of the economic development, social upliftment, historical and cultural background of that region. Due to these reasons only, in a place population growth occur. Growth rate of the population. This is the change of the population expressed in the percentage. You will get the definitions over here. Natural growth of population. Natural growth of population means natural growth of population is the difference between the birth and the death in a particular region. Natural growth means birth minus deaths. Actual growth of the population, this is birth minus death plus in-migration minus out-migration. In natural growth, we are only considering the birth and the death rates. If we will minus both the things, so we will get the natural growth rate. And in case of the actual growth rate, we are discussing, or we are dealing with the birth and the death rate as well as in migration and the out migration. Now, positive growth of the population. This happens when the birth rate is more than the death rate between 2 points of the time. When people from other countries migrate permanently to a region. Suppose if in a country population is increasing, so this is called the positive growth of the population. Negative growth means it is the opposite thing of the previous concept. If the population decrease between 2 points of time in a particular region, it's called the negative growth of the population. Now we will discuss about the components of the population change. What are the components of the population change? There are three components that affect the change of the population, that is the birth rate, death rate and migration. We are talking about birth rate, that is the crude birth rate. What is this crude birth rate? The number of the live birth in a year per thousand of people. It's called the crude birth rate. Now CBR, crude birth rate denotes by CBR. See the formula, it's written over here. BI by P multiplied by 1000. Here CBR means crude birth rate, BI means live birth during a year, and P means mid-year population. This is one of the component of the population growth, because if in your country CBR is high, so that means that your population growth will be high. Now CDR means it is a crude death rate. Number of the death in a particular year per thousand population, it's called CDR. CDR, it denotes by D by P into 1000. You can see the meaning of the D is total number of the death, and the meaning of the P means the estimated mid-year population. Now the mortality rate, what is the effect of this CDR? The mortality rate or the death rate is always affect the demographic structure, social advancement and the economic development of a country. Now the migration. Migration means movement of the people. As I already discussed about migration, movement of the people from one place to another place. In migration, there are two places. One is the place of the origin and another one is the place of the destination. Place of the origin means the place from where they move and place of the destination means place they move in. Migration can be permanent, it could be temporal, or it could be seasonal. Types of migration, international and internal, and there is a subdivision, that is a rural to rural, rural to urban to urban, and urban to rural. Immigration means if a people, migrants, move to a new place, that is called the immigration, and immigration means if they move out of the place. Already we have discussed these things in detail in the chapter migration only. Now the factors influencing migration, push factor and the pull factor. Push factor means all the negative things of that place, which is pushing you to leave that place. That means the unemployment, poor living condition, natural disasters, epidemics, and all. And the pull factor means better job opportunity, living condition, and all. The pleasant climatic condition, these all are the pull factors which attracts you towards that place. Now the trend of population growth in India. The trend of the population growth in the world. Now the Earth's population is more than 6 billion. You will find in some books it is written 7 billion also. It has grown in the size over countries. In the early period, population of the world grew very slowly. During the last few hundred years, the population has increased at an alarming rate. Earlier, the growth rate was less, but nowadays the growth rate is increasing in a very alarming rate. After the evolution and the introduction of the agriculture, about 8,000 to 12,000 years ago, the size of the population was increased and it was 8 million. The first century AD, the population was below 300 million, but in the 16th to 17th century, it is expand because due to the expanding trade, the population has increased around 1750. Because of the industrial revolution, the population increased and it is about almost 550 million. The 18th century, after the industrial revolution, the population explosion occurred in the world. For today, this much only. Thank you so much.